Your team sucks. The year is 2020, the most appropriate year for shit to suck. Football, it's back, but for how long? Lamar Jackson, does he suck? I
No.
think I think he might. If you are talking about from the comparison of how high he's rated, he might just suck. Your team sucks. COVID back in the picture. Unfortunately, here we go. Y'all come on in. I put my mask on to remind you, wear your effing mask. NFL players, wear your mask. Stop going to the damn club, getting your groove on. Get with the program. Stay in the damn bubble. Just stay in the bubble. That way you won't get COVID.
There is no bubble.
There is a
It's
bubble.
the NFL.
They got to stay in their own bubble.
There's a bubble. Your head is living proof, Jordan, that there's a bubble. Bubble head motherfucker.
No bubble in the MLB and the NFL. I'm surprised we haven't had any cases up until now. I mean, this is ridiculous. COVID has gone too far this time. All right, baseball was one thing, postponing basketball, no sports forever. I was a little frustrated, but now they're fucking with football, and that's not okay.
Look at Jordan. Jordan's upset, ladies and gentlemen.
I
haven't even done the introductions yet, so we got my man Lucaci right there. He's running the show. He's there. He got his big ass screen there. You know what he uses that screen for most of the time, right? Pornhub is amazing on that screen. You just put up like how many different screens right there. Luckily, you only have two hands, Luke. Gorilla George. He's there. What's up, George? How are you? Baseball playoffs about to start. I know you're loving that.
I can't. I want to get off this podcast so I can watch the game. So we got to hurry up right now. Minnesota's
Minnesota's
got a clutch one.
That's a terrible attitude.
I need to see some baseball. I'm jonesing.
That's right. Well, the baseball players have been pretty good about staying in the bubble. We haven't had any more incidents, knock on wood, since the Marlins, I believe. So
baseball has done wonderful with this. I mean, if everybody else can get away with it, baseball did a great job. If the NFL can do what baseball did, we're wonderful. We're golden.
And then last but not least, but maybe, my man Jordan rocking the beard. He's got a small family of immigrants living in his beard. And there he is. He's upset about the COVID. Don't take his NFL away. Do not take Jordan's NFL. Go, Jordan. It's all. I'm gonna give you the floor. It's all yours, Jordan. Tell me how you feel about the COVID situation in the NFL. Just go ahead, break it down for us. Tennessee Titans, and you've got the Minnesota Vikings. And I said,
now the Bears. They're talking Bears. It's ridiculous. I mean. And on the same day they announced COVID, the Saints announced, we're going to start letting fans back in the stands. Was it the Saints? A couple different teams did, right? It's like they're pulling in two different directions. Oh, no, it wasn't the Saints. It was Florida. It was Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is going to start letting fans back in the stands, which they might as well. Yeah. They got a hell of a team this year. Number one defense. They're awesome. They want the fans back. But now we have 3 COVID cases. Hopefully – they can reschedule the bye weeks and whatnot. We don't end up extending the season or I don't know. This could turn into a disaster. This isn't baseball. You can't play double headers. You can't just schedule an extra game this week,
Yeah. Well, are you okay, Jordan? You all right?
I needed to get that off my chest. Sorry.
Okay. We're good. Good. You feel better now because I was worried about you. I've never heard you usually, me and George's generation, we're much more feisty than y'all. Y'all young bucks, y'all don't know how to express yourself quite as well. So I feel okay for you. So quick announcement for everybody. Listen, y'all come on in like you always do. Make your comments. We had a comment contest last week, and we are going to announce the winner on Thursday during our picks, and we're going to put those winners up on the Your Team Sucks Debaters Forum. That's the YTS Debaters Forum. Check it out there. All right, done with business. let's jump into it right now. What about that game last night? Now, I got to say, Jordan, me and George have been telling you, your boy's overrated. Your boy hasn't proven anything yet. And who am I referring to? Jack. Lamar Jackson got his ass handed to him last night by a much better quarterback, best quarterback in the league. So I'm just going to throw it to George. George, what do you think? Is Lamar Jackson overrated?
He's good. I'm not going to ever say he's not good, but he's definitely overrated. He's, Randall Cunningham kind of style. Who knows what he's going to do, but we can't crown this kid. He hasn't produced anything. He hasn't shown up on any big games. The bad part of it is Kansas City owns him. And Mahomes wants to make an example out of him every time they're on the field, and they just whooped the shit out of him last night. It was embarrassing. The score wasn't even as close. I mean, the game wasn't even as close as the score looked.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at that game, and it's pretty much what I predicted. I know my man Lukachi lost a few dollars on that game because he's drinking the damn Kool-Aid just like you, Jordan. But you want to see the best quarterback in the league. You watched him last night, and he wasn't dressed in black. He was dressed in red. He's the
Russell Wilson didn't play last night.
He played Sunday night. Yeah,
better than Russell Wilson. He's all right, Jordan, go ahead, give us your take. Tell us why we're wrong.
Overall, yeah, I got to give it to you. And Andy Reid owns the Ravens, all right? Lamar Jackson is 0-3 against him. Everybody has those tough matchups. He hasn't done anything in the playoffs yet. And the truth is, the road to the Super Bowl for Lamar Jackson is going to have to go through Kansas City, right? And that is hard for him. I don't think he's overrated yet, though. He's just playing against a very good quarterback, and it's a very tough matchup for him. A lot of people have trouble with the Chiefs. That's why they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, how is he not overrated? What has he done? Yeah, give him the MVP. Okay, you gave him the MVP last year, but he hasn't won any big game.
On him last night.
He beats the crap.
He had 2 touchdowns dropped on him last night. Had that been Dak, you would have been all apologies and this and that. Oh, my God, Dak's not getting any help. But because it's Lamar Jackson, it's like, he sucks. Did you see he threw that ball slightly too hard and it bounced off his hands?
Are you kidding?
Come on.
He also, who dropped 3 of his balls last night were the Kansas City Chiefs. He hit him right in the freaking numbers several times. The kid has trouble throwing the ball from the pocket. Luke, what's up? You lost a few bucks on that game. Tell me how great Lamar Jackson is.
Lamar Jackson just had a bad game, so
they
did
game against really good teams.
Yeah, I think he's gonna bounce back next week. It was just
what happened next week.
Let's find out.
Yeah, go take a look at that while we move on. We got some good comments here. This one gentleman saying that
Seattle looks to be the best team. Come on, man. They can't defend the ball. They have all these guys in defense, but everyone could throw all over the team. They've been thrown all over. Seattle is definitely not the best team.
Yeah,
Seattle's not the best team. Seattle has the best quarterback. Russell Wilson is the best quarterback. He's amazing, and he's carrying a team that really isn't all that special. They've got some playmakers, but wide receiver-wise, tight end-wise, weapon-wise, definitely offensive line, they're bottom of the league with a really great, really, really special quarterback.
Well, okay, so the question is, who is the best team in the NFL right now? And I think Seattle has some issues. Seattle has long ball guys, but they don't have that possession guy that can move the chains. It's like do or die with them. When you saw Dallas adjust in that game, they started playing everybody back. They started playing a little bit more deep zone. Seattle couldn't do that much, right? And until the very end of the game when another long ball killed them. And so people are going to adjust to that. I think
they have some good guys.
All they can handle this Sunday. And
you got to remember,
I'm crazy, but watch.
Well, Adams did go out late in that game, and that did affect them a lot. Without Adams, they are definitely a shitty team. There's nothing back there to stop the ball throwing. They can't defend the throw at all. And with Adams out, it's going to get even worse. So hopefully he gets back next week, or they're going to get routed. They're going to have to score 5 touchdowns. Russell's going to have to throw 5 just to get him a win again. He's got to score 4 or 5 times just to get him in the game.
Just to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah, not for the reason you say. Though they have no pass They have no pass rush at all. Their defensive line is one of the worst in the league, and they're having to bring Adams up into the box just to pressure the quarterback. I mean, he basically has to be everywhere. He's got to defend deep, and he has to get pressure on the quarterback. Without him, that defense is not going to be good.
So
he was out of the game. So
who's the best team? Who is the best team in the NFL right now?
Chiefs.
Easy. Chiefs.
I mean, come on. I hate to say it, but it's the Chiefs. What do you?
Is it still the Ravens, Luke?
I'll give it to the Chiefs. Out of the Chiefs and the Seahawks, those are the top 2 teams.
I think the Chiefs just, they hit a.
I think Green Bay deserves a mention.
The Chiefs are so damn good that they can get down in a game like they did against a division rival, the LA Chargers, and come back and win in miraculous fashion, and they make it look easy. I don't know who's better than the Chiefs right now. So I don't know. Next subject, Cowboys. Are the Dallas Cowboys?
Green Bay is better than the Chiefs right now, maybe.
Nah.
That's your Super Bowl as of right now.
I like Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think so.
Nah.
I don't think so on that one.
Yeah, they're good.
Subject. Are the Dallas Cowboys in trouble? Are they done? Are they finished already for the year? Big George, Big D fan. What's up, George? Are they done?
They're definitely not done. There was one win besides them in the division. How can they be done?
Yeah.
They're probably going to win the division playing like shit. They're probably going to win the division. They have absolutely nothing on defense. They're really, really hurt up front. They're going to win their division still because there's nothing there. Although I heard Philly's sitting Wentz and they're going to bring in the kid. That might make a big change for them. But there's nobody in the division to worry about. So Dallas is going to squeak by, win that division, and hopefully they get healthy and can do something in the playoffs.
Let me define done. Let me define what done means. Are they done with any hopes of winning a Super Bowl? Because, of course, they're going to win the division. They're going to go 7-9 and win the damn division. That division's terrible.
So how can they be done if they're going to get into the playoffs? So they have a lot of weapons. So who knows what's going to happen by week 16, week 17, what's going to be going on? You can't count them out. You're going to say this. They're going to get in the playoffs. If they get in the playoffs, they have a shot.
I'm saying
it's
right
2020. Now, they could be the only team not resting half their team for COVID come playoffs. You never know. It's so randomly weird. And there's been so many injuries too. There's been so many injuries.
So you're saying there's a chance. So the chance that the Dallas Cowboys have, if that, in fact, they better hope that nobody in their division gets freaking COVID. Because that way they can actually play them, because they're by far the best team in that really shitty, terrible division. They want to play those teams.
Look, they get 2 games against Washington, 2 games against the Giants, and 2 games against the Eagles, who are all so terrible. They only really have to win 2 more. I don't think it's and they already have 1, I believe. I don't believe it's out of the question for them to go 8-8 this year. I think they can do it. So they're not done. They're doing exactly what we expected.
Taylor Rabliski says Eagles are shaky. Redskins to be determined. Giants horrendous. I don't think the Redskins are to be determined. I think they've already been determined. They're freaking terrible. Their quarterback
their pass rush is good.
Yeah. Okay. So
their pass rush is good. They're coming into their own. It's just they're still in their rebuild. So but they're all right.
Who wins that division, Jordan?
Cowboys. Easy.
Yeah. Cowboys.
Everyone sing the song. Cowboys are going to win the division, and they're going to have a shot. How can you say they're not going to have a shot if they're going into the playoffs? How are they not going to have a shot? Makes no sense.
Because they don't have a shot to beat any playoff team?
The Eagles had a shot last year, too.
Every game, they could have beat Seattle this week. They couldn't have beat Seattle this week. They were one play away from beating Seattle. So you guys are just speaking out your ass because you want to shit on the Cowboys. But the truth is, they're legit still. They still have a fight. They're going to win that division, not playing much. They're going to get healthy, and they're going to come back at the end with a shot in the playoffs.
I know you're right. We're all big Cowboys fans here, okay? We all like the Cowboys.
Now, I don't like the Cowboys, but I'm honest about them.
The 3 of us.
No. Jordan, you don't know who you like.
I like the
probably
Cowboys.
Really like them if they were winning, but the Cowboys are 1-2. They got the same damn record as the Dolphins at this point. So Ted's saying the winner of the East, NFC East will be 7-9 or 8-8. So I'm sorry. I know you say, George, that, yeah, they get in, that anything can happen. That's true. But I'm pretty sure an 8-8 or 7-9 team that makes the playoffs is going to get their ass handed to them in the first round by a much better team. But to your point, they did hang around with Seattle. We're going to see how good Seattle is this week when they go to Miami. It's going to be
Seattle cannot defend the ball. They're really good offensively. They can't defend the ball.
Right.
That's a big spot. They've given up 35, 40 points every week.
Yeah. All right. So the Buffalo Bills are for real. If you watch that game, they played against what I believe is an elite team, the LA Rams, and they had a great comeback. They showed their youth a little bit by giving up.
What are you talking about? Did you watch the game?
I did watch the game.
The only reason they won that game was they got a PI called at third down and 22. Like, are you serious? They had no business winning that game. They absolutely laid an egg in the second half and looked like shit.
They won the game.
We watched a completely different game.
No doubt.
We watched a completely different game.
But they're for real. They're for real. The Buffalo Bills are for real.
They're the Buffalo Bills.
So I'm gonna.
Both those teams are for real.
Okay, let me finish the damn question.
Well, say some truthful statements, and I'll let you talk. You say some shit, I'm calling you on it. It's just the way it is.
Well, but you say I'm saying some shit, but yet you think
said
Dallas
they played
has a chance to win the fucking Super Bowl
every single time. Every single time. You're old. Everybody's point
7-9. You think Dallas can go 7-9 and win the fucking Super Bowl, but you're saying
why not?
Full of shit, please.
We're not going 7-9.
First of all, you guys are all full of shit. The only thing you guys defend is everything you guys. Oh, Dallas. I'm just pointing out that you're completely wrong. You said Buffalo looked like this fucking great team. They look like shit. They started out great, and they blew the game. They blew a 20-something point lead.
For real. I'm just saying they look like a real team. All right, so my next question is, are the Patriots for real then?
Yeah.
So
I've been telling you that. Yes. I've been telling you that since before the season started.
Yeah.
When you were hating on Cam, I was telling you.
The Cowboys were going to go win the Super Bowl before the season.
And the season's not over yet either, right?
Right. Season's not over yet.
So.
All right, Jordan, are the New England Patriots for real? Do they have a chance to go and win it all?
They do. I don't think they look as good as the Bills do in that division. Okay, because I like you, I'm a believer in the Bills, even though that he's right. They did almost blow a lead, but that just shows youth. But they didn't.
No. They didn't almost blow a lead. They blew the lead, and they got a comeback on a 3rd and 22 call that was absolute bullshit and got them the first down. I watched the game.
Well,
I know you guys didn't watch. I know you guys. No,
okay.
Obviously you didn't. Obviously you guys didn't watch the game.
I did watch it.
It was good. It was good. And are the Patriots for real? Yes. I think the Bills are extremely well coached, just like the Patriots were. I think that what the Patriots have had over the division for so long is they were so much better coached than the other teams, and the other teams are now catching up with them. The Bills are a very well-coached ball club. Miami's a well-coached ball club right now. The Jets' coach is terrible, all right? But I think that you close the coaching gap. The talent gap really isn't that different. I think the Patriots are going to be in a fight for that division. They'll be in it, but you can't declare them the winners, and I don't think they're there yet. You can't talk about them in terms of Super Bowl.
Well, here's the thing, is that Josh Allen is much better this year than he was last year. And he's throwing the ball much, much better. That defense is legit. They ran it. The Rams are an elite team. The Rams are excellent. And I think the thing that nobody's talking about here, there's no real home field advantage this year. I mean, you don't have that crowd noise. You don't have any of it.
Did you guys not watch the Seattle game Sunday
night? It's cold
night?
as hell in Buffalo, and then there is a home field advantage.
Did you guys not watch Seattle Sunday night? They had that sound cranked up. You couldn't even hear the commentators. So they're cheating all over the league. The sound was extremely loud in Seattle Sunday night. You couldn't even hear the commentators. They actually were marking.
Got something going on with the sound. I watched that game. I could hear everybody perfectly.
No, man. I'm telling you.
The bad. I mean, let's talk about that for a second.
When you're done Googling
for these games is terrible. It's like the timing is bad. It's like they do things at the wrong time. They overemphasize plays that are not important. It's crazy, dude.
That one guy got hurt. the one guy got hurt. They started cheering. They put the cheering on. The guy was laying there on his knee. His knees pulled out of his socket, and they're cheering like crazy.
You would think that the NFL, with all their money and innovation, could actually come up with some type of algorithm that goes back and will trigger a specific crowd noise from that stadium at specific times. Because I'm getting all techie on y'all now, sorry, but there's there's all these TV games that it's all recorded. They're using damn Madden freaking sound, which is annoying as shit. But George, you can't say that is the same as going into that Seattle stadium.
I definitely don't think it's the same, but they had it cranked up. I heard there was only a lot of decibels they can put it, but Seattle was cheating Sunday night. They had that shit.
I mean, they don't have to use silent count. There's a lot of those big momentum swings. It's just not the same. And,
I'll never say it's the same, of course.
Even last night, when the Ravens started to make somewhat of a comeback, I think the crowd comes into play there, and the energy kind of shifts, and you don't have that right now. That Madden sound isn't going to do that at all. So that's a quick little
They don't get no feed off of it. They're just dead. It's just a dead sound, like
totally
annoying. It doesn't like pump anybody up. The players don't feel it. It's just more of an annoying sound. I agree with that.
All right. Next question. Are the New Orleans Saints in trouble? And will the Tampa Bay Bucks win that division, or will the Saints get it together? George, what are you thinking there?
I don't know how long Michael Thomas is out, but until Michael Thomas comes out, I don't see them doing anything. He really misses Michael Thomas.
4 to 6 weeks from last week. When
they're gonna struggle every game until he gets back.
Right. Do you think Tampa wins that division?
I hate Tampa. I hate Tampa, but I'll take Tampa in the division now. Yeah.
So now, George, now that you've seen Tampa play 3 weeks, what are you thinking about the GOAT there?
I think they have I think he sucks. I think he's horrible. I really do. I think the team is really good. They got better defensively. They have one of the best linebackers in the league. They have all kinds of weapons all over the field. It's not Tom Brady. I know you want to crown him and rub him very nicely, but it's not Tom Brady. It's not.
Yeah. Jordan, what are you thinking there?
Yeah, I can't totally disagree with George. I don't hate on Tom Brady as much as he does, but he picked a team that has to be the number one defense right now. I mean, they're good up front. Shaquille Barrett is the real deal. You got JPP. The linebackers are good. Corners are playing excellent. They're playing really, really good defense. And like you said, they have weapons all over the field. That offense is looking more and more like the Patriots offense of old. He just gets the ball out quickly to one of his mini weapons and lets them do something with it. Quick slants, turnarounds. I mean, it's working.
He can still throw it. He's still accurate.
He's very accurate
still.
And he has some zip on it.
Under 10 yards, he's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I would say that more about Drew Brees than him, though. Drew Brees looks like he can only throw those slants. He doesn't have a downfield pass. Tom Brady actually put the ball downfield a couple times impressively for what, 48, 49-year-old man?
Yeah, his downfield guy's not there. I mean, Thomas, they would, 15, 20-yard routes, those were pretty consistent. And if you watch that game, he hesitated a few times in the pocket there to throw it downfield. And, Green Bay is a great team. And so Green Bay, they got beat by, a pretty excellent team both times. So I think they're not dead, but I think, they got to do something here pretty quick because Tampa is looking pretty good. So, we'll see, though. It's the NFL. You never know in the NFL. It's week to week. Everything changes frequently. Luke, do you have any thoughts on the Saints, Bucks?
Not much to say. That you guys really pretty much hit up all the points. I really like Brady. Mark Evans is probably one of my favorite receivers in the league, and trying to stop him on those corner jump passes is a hard challenge. So,
according to George, Luke, you're not allowed to talk on the show anymore because you like Tom Brady. You're not allowed to participate anymore.
You got to respect Brady. You got to. This is two players you have to respect. It's Aaron Rodgers and Brady.
What do you mean? Patrick
and Russell
Mahomes.
Wilson. There's other ones. Patrick Mahomes. You got to respect Mike Evans. Mike Evans got Johnny Manziel drafted in the first round. Okay, playing with him in college. Manziel did nothing but throw jump balls all of college. Mike Evans made him look like a god. Okay.
Agreed.
It sounds like
So real quick, let's talk about Joe Burrow. I know, and George, you see, if your rule that you made today about being wrong or not, bringing factual opinions, a contradiction.
Opinion.
You couldn't be on the show anymore because you fucking shit all over Joe Burrow in the beginning of the season.
I definitely could be wrong, but I'm not going to keep spewing out wrongness and say Joe Burrows is this, Joe Burrows is that. Joe Burrows is good, really damn good.
He is excellent.
I definitely shit on him. I didn't expect him to do as well as he's doing, but I could be wrong. I'm not afraid of that.
Joe Burrow has come in and looked like an NFL quarterback from day one. He's better than a lot of NFL quarterbacks already. And he doesn't
Let's hear it. He's better than Dak. Let's hear it. I'm ready to hear it now. I'm hearing it come already.
I'm not a Dak hater.
He's better than Dak. He could have gone 8-8 just like Dak. I'm ready for it.
You have a complex. You have a Dakplex. Let's call it a Dakplex.
Hey, I had this conversation with Jordan earlier in the week, and it's not that I feel that Dak deserves $40 million. I believe they owe him $40 million. I believe he's owed that money because they made him write out that bullshit contract when he carried that team for 3-4 years. He was picked 135th, and they made him write out his rookie contract.
Let me ask you a question.
That wasn't right, but as a Cowboys fan, paying somebody back for what they did for you for the last 3 years when he wasn't able to win them anything, now I'm going to give him a big contract because we owe him money and have less talent around him, isn't going to win you anything. Again, you're going to be worse, not better.
I'm not trying to get winnings or losing. I'm just saying what's right and wrong. And he's a
Cowboy fan. He's not trying to win anything.
Okay, cállese la boca. I have a question right now. It's a serious question, especially for George, but for Jordan and Luke too. If you knew what you knew right now about Dak Prescott versus Joe Burrow, and they were both in the draft, which one would you take right now? Would you take Dak or would you take Joe Burrow?
I'll give it to Dak.
I'll take Dak. He's way more athletic.
Dak is a great quarterback. It's just he gets put in. And I'm not gonna lie. He does mess up. But
this is really good.
Let me finish talking about this. This is the same thing that I think Charles Barkley was talking about. It's like if you're playing on the Dallas Cowboys and you're Dak Prescott, you have so much pressure. How much pressure do you think Burrows has right now playing on a shitty Cincinnati team that's not expected to win nothing? There's a whole different level of pressure that you're dealing with when you're playing in these big market teams. And that's something they talk about in basketball and baseball. And that's stuff that none of these guys are dealing with. You're playing Cincinnati. What kind of pressure do you have to win? None. There's no pressure at all.
First year. And Dak's first year, Dak did pretty well with all that pressure. Right?
Yeah.
And so he maybe has more pressure now because he's been in the league longer and he's expecting
way more pressure now. Way more pressure now because the expectation is beyond belief. So way more pressure.
Yeah, but Dak has all those weapons. I mean, he's got one of the best running backs in the league, if not the best. He's got probably the best wide receiver core in the league. And I just see him miss too many throws, especially in crunch time.
I mean, the guy's running for his life. If you watch any of the game, he was dodging plays every play. He doesn't have – there's never a chance where he just sits in the pocket and gets to throw the ball. Ever. Never, ever.
Why is that? Because Jerry decided, this offensive line had a few good years. We owe them. We're going to make them the top paid offensive line in the league. And now you're about to make the same mistake with the quarterback.
Well, there's three guards. There's three left guards sitting out. We're on the fourth string left guard protecting our back. I mean, I know you guys think it doesn't matter, but
it matters.
We are in the fourth string left guard. And they're still fighting. They're still fighting with Seattle and all these teams. I think you guys are just
last year. Wentz made it to the playoffs without all of his wide receivers, no tight ends, nobody else. His offensive line was banged up. His defense, there was nobody to catch the ball, and he goes to the playoffs. And you're sitting there as a Dak apologist, going, "We're missing a left guard."
And where's Wentz now, smart guy? Where's Wentz now? They're benching his ass. The guy's a clown. I know you love him, but he's a clown.
I'm just saying. I mean, you're a Dak apologist.
He's definitely not that great.
He's being benched. Maybe he's not that great. He's not going to play anymore. The dude's done.
He's not that great.
They're wishing they can get Foles back. They're wishing they can get Foles who did miraculously for Chicago. 3-0 Chicago, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and
I'm just saying that there is
teams on the Atlanta Falcons, but
there are teams that are decimated by injuries, especially this year. I mean, decimated. Look at the 49ers taking it to the Giants, missing basically everybody. Okay, and you're sitting there going, "Well, we're out of guard."
What does that have to do? That has more to say about the Giants. That has more to say about the Giants than anything else. My point is that your only defense is you go back to beating Dallas because you don't know anything else. You're a one-minded person. You're like a one-trick pony.
That's what she said. All right. On that note, we're gonna call it.
We're calling it.
Big George.
We're calling it already. I have so much more to say.
I have a lot to say about them firing Adam Gase. Can we do that before we call it?
On Thursday.
Haven't even congratulated Tampa Bay Lightning for winning the Stanley Cup.
Tampa Bay, thank you. I called that before the playoffs started. Tampa Bay was my team to win it all. Thank you.
And thank you. You still owe me money for the playoffs. Thanks for that, by the way.
Oh, no. All right.
We didn't talk about DK
last
Metcalf.
Words for today. Shoot. We're running over.
I'm not done. I'm not done yet. I have so much more to say.
Hold it for Thursday.
That was a good last word. I like that.
We're back Thursday at 4:00, announcing winners. And we're going to do another competition within the next couple weeks. Y'all need to step up your game because obviously I can't win the competition for shit talking in the comments. But if I could have, I would have. Y'all need to step up. Everybody watching this, step up. Peace. We're out.
Peace. Go Dodgers. Go Dodgers.
Go Dodgers.